Welcome. Welcome to my channel, Siegenhagel's Life Coaching. I'm so grateful to be here with you. If something would be off with the sound, then please let me know. And I start this YouTube live, with welcoming all the new members to my YouTube channel. I feel truly honored, deeply honored by the new subscribers I received, by the comments I received. And yes, welcome to my channel. So every Saturday I go live on this channel. There's a chat active. You can ask me questions there, or you can ask me questions in the other videos in the comments. And then I can answer your questions as a Q&A in the live. That's possible as well. So today I have a question of one of our followers, and I'm going to uh, read it here. She says, "Hi, Sia. It's a follower is called Ned Leend. Hi, Ned Leend. Thank you so much for your comment. I truly appreciate your appreciation, and that you get a lot out of it. And I loved your questions. And I know I was there as well. And I am so happy that you asked them and how I can answer you and get some doors open in your mind. So, hi, Sia, I love your channel. Thank you, could you maybe talk about some below questions and problems on your next videos a little bit? The first question is feeling meaningless about life and unable to find purpose and meaning in life. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The next question that I'm going to do in next live is, or in another video, constantly wanting to be in a relationship with a man to feel loved and valued, struggling to understand how to give herself value and relying on external source, especially a boyfriend, for validation in her social life. Otherwise, she feels less than other women. I love this question as well. So I'm very excited to answer that the next time. So Nedlien, your questions are answered here on this channel. So when it comes to setting up a meaningful life, I know for myself that once I was in a period for years, literally for years, I didn't know what to do with myself. Now, how did that come to pass? So I'm going to share a little bit, and then I am explaining further how I could change this for myself and which questions you can ask yourself to get some space to allow yourself to think about it, not judging yourself, not judging yourself. So I found myself one moment in my life in a huge burnout. I had been going to school like so the most of us, and I went to university. I knew very well what to be or which job to do. I wanted to be an architect, and I studied for that. I got my degree, and then we had to do an internship for 2 years. And because my knowledge was only theoretical, I was like, how can I be responsible, for the job that I'm doing? Let me go and work somewhere where I really get to experience tangible knowledge, like experience. So I went to work with a general contractor, and I was leading construction sites. Now, that's a very masculine environment. And I was just executing what I thought, how and who I was, and following that urge at that time. What I didn't know was that I was not fully aligned with my true self. I was aligned with my conditioned self. Now, what do I mean by that? Your conditioned self is when you, this, when you are born, you're in an environment that um, you need to rely on, for your survival, so to speak. As a baby, you need to be nurtured, you need to be held, all of your needs, right? It's fulfilled by other people who love you, or perhaps people who don't love you. So in those situations, we only have our five senses, like seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, and touching, to interact with our outside world. Okay. And this is when we communicate. This is how we communicate. So in those early ages from 0 to 7, whatever happens with a lot of repetition and a lot of emotion got deeply stored in our subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind functions as a sponge. Okay. And it's actually like a data bank. We have the amygdala, which is responsible for emotions, and we have the um, another part that is responsible for the long term and the short term memory. Okay. And so this data bank got stuffed, filled because of all the experiences. Okay. So you think you are who you are based on your past. We develop a sense of self. That self is connected to the outside world, like all your experiences. Now, you and I know that we have an essence inside of us, an energy, that we have like this truth inside of us that we know, we feel it. Yet, when we watch the outside world, it doesn't come to um, it doesn't come to evolvement, or it doesn't evolve in a way that is actually very healthy to us. We are told what to do. We are said we have to go to school. You have to go and get a degree. You have to go and get a job. Then you step into a relationship or you don't. And then he said, that you want to have children and all of that, right? So when you do this thinking that you know yourself, and you get to be in that job and you get to be in that relationship, and all of a sudden at some point you understand it's not fully aligning with how I thought things would be. Okay. And in that moment, you're actually living that life of your conditioned self. Now, when I said we have a truth inside of us, we have to learn how to connect with that truth. Now, how to connect with that truth is not by looking outside of you, yet by looking inside of you, your soul. You have a body, you have a mind, and you are a soul. When you're not really taught, or your environment doesn't know how to connect with your true self, you're just not shown how to do it for yourself. And that is okay, you can learn that. So when you find yourself in a situation that you really think like, what is the meaning of my life? How can I get to experience joy, fulfillment, bliss, love? There's one question that I want you to ask. And that question is, what do I truly want? What do I truly want? And what I'm talking about is not what your parents want for you, not what your best friend wants for you, not what your grandparents want for you. not what your teacher wants from you, not what your siblings want for you, not your partner, not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, you. Because everybody has an idea, they think how you are, and they have their own experiences in life. So when you ask those people questions, they can only answer them from their own experience, from their own past, and they will answer them in such a way based on the idea, the thoughts they have of how they think who you are. Now, do you understand that you are the only one, and I guide my people through this, to really discover what it is that you truly, truly want? What brings you joy? What allows you to feel eagerness of life? And it can be literally anything. We are told that you have to get a job from 9 to 5 and that you need to fit in society because otherwise you cannot rely on the pension system or you won't have any protection from the social care system. So you have to, at some level, you're part of society. So at some level, you have to deal with that and interact with that. Now, what I tell you is you have so many capacities inside of you that you get to cultivate and that will bring you deep fulfillment, that will bring you deep joy, that will connect you with the truth inside of you that makes you feel alive. And in the beginning, that can be just like being in nature or painting, dancing, doing something in music. That aspect of lifting up your soul. Okay? And I know this is a question that probably will take you a while to answer. Then again, it doesn't have to be that way at all. It's just based on the disconnection that we think we have with everything. Okay? And how these emotions that we have been feeling of dis-ease, not feeling good in our skin, not feeling comfortable where you are, not being in the proper environment, not having a support system or an environment that believes in you, that allows you to be yourself, because honestly, your environment may be extremely fearful that you're going to change too much. So they, from their perspective, they will try to protect you according to their own beliefs. And that can come from their heart, yet it's you who have to learn how to cherish your own heart. So if this resonates with you, let me know in the comments. So one other tip that I can give you about this question is, what made your heart sing when you were a child? Was it reading? Was it writing? Was it traveling? Was it discovering? Was it just playing, like being very connected to your imagination? Because those urges, that joy, soul first, the expansion of soul is therefore experiencing the joy of life. You are alive. You know what the chances are that we are alive? Just that fact. And perhaps you have Resentment to people, you have resentment to your parents. It can be anything, okay? You could have really had a rough youth. Then again, you got that gift of life. The only thing that your parents are responsible for, so to speak, is giving you the gift of life. The rest is what you do with it. And I get it. You may have a really traumatic past or not even a very traumatic past. It can be both. And still feel this I don't belong. So we are building our own self identity based on our true self. We go and look for what it is that we truly want. We set up meaningful goals, short term, long term, and we learn how to step away from the conditioned thinking that allow us to feel this ease that we don't belong. And we work with the power of the subconscious mind, with connected with our heart, understanding how the body is able to release emotions that are not supportive anymore and builds the new instead of fighting the old. Because all that has been so far, all that is in the past, is in the past. It's not there yet. Meaning, you and I only have this present moment. Now is a new present moment. And either you decide to be in that present moment, to be present in this moment, and you do that by connecting to your breath, slowing down. You're connecting to your breath, you really create space in your head, space between the thoughts. And that space allows you to be in connection with your true self. So, those experiences allow you to feel that there is so much more to the you than you know based on when you connect to your outside world, your school, your job, your relationships. And once you feel that true essence, there's peace, there's calm in that present moment. And when you're in your head, I want you to drop in your body to feel that present moment. When you're overthinking, then with your thoughts you're in the past, you're in the future. Then you're not in this moment. When you feel depressed or you feel shame or you blame, then you're actually with your energy in your past and you are totally not building this present moment for you right now. So it's about building the new based on the realization you had and the awareness that you are not your past, you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings. And this is your freedom. Nobody can tell you what to think. Nobody can tell you what you need to do or to behave unless we allow it. And I get it. As children, you know, you look up to your parents, you look up to figures of um, authority. And then when you get to understand that perhaps they don't know it either, they're not very conscious or they were not aware at some level, then you get to realize, okay, it's all my responsibility. And that's a good thing. So I'm going to stop this live right now to make it, to offer you videos that are chunks that you can deal with. And I am also connecting another video to this to this one that allows you to connect with your true self. I'm just asking two questions. So either I will show this video here, so you can click it, or I will share with you in the comments, and then you can find it there and you can be guided and connect to that peace and that bliss and that fulfillment. So if something in this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And I'm very excited to be connecting with you through my other videos. I'm a life coach and transformational mentor, and I desire to see you win. Because living a life like that, you get to live your freedom and really become your true self. And life from that spot is just one big fulfillment. You get to be happy. You get to feel free. You get to observe the world without being taken away by it. And that's the biggest freedom you can ever have. So talk to you very soon. Have a wonderful Saturday. And I'm happy to read your comments. And I connect with you in the comments as well. Bye-bye.